And yet false doctrines have arisen that irrationally proclaim that Christian obedience to God's Word is legalism. And therefore obedience is not only a thing of the past, it's something we must shun. Rather, since Messiah's advent, we are to primarily demonstrate love of God in the form of our affection, in feelings of warmth towards Him and towards our fellow man. Our Christian leadership often has no fear of creating self-serving doctrines and then attaching the Lord's name to them. On the other hand, the modern Christian congregation tends to feel little obligation to seriously examine God's Word and compare it to our leaders' proclamations. Rather, we assume that if a man of the cloth says it, we have obligation only to believe it and accept it as truth. That if we are given false information and we decide to live by it, that's his sin. That's not our sin. He'll bear the consequences, not us. It's a lesson that says that while we wish we could separate ourselves and our fate from our leadership, things just don't never have worked that way. The Lord indeed bestows His redemption upon us individual by individual, as He deems appropriate. But almost all else in this world is interconnected. The most despotic tyrants this earth has ever known, even those loathed by their own people, will in time drag his nation down with him. It is the fear of that leader that usually keeps the people from taking courageous action, preferring instead to hope that something will happen to remove him and save them. But in the end, it's the people who are held accountable before God for their inaction, in the same way that the leader is held accountable to God for his actions.